Yeah, boy. Got the first cut. Yeah.
Where did that be? How did you even find that video?
Someone sent it on the Instagram, I think.
Holy fuck.
Got the first cut. Yeah. Damn on him. Damn on him. I looked and got the fresh cut, and then it filled in yeah. What is this? Just got faded.
Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Local Boys Hit the Table podcast. In this episode, our boys are going to be exploring the castle and hopefully piecing together this puzzle. So without further ado, enjoy. Alex, give us a little description of your character here.
I'm a red tiefling, and on one of my arms is a big-ass bronze shield. It's in a big kite shield, and then on the other hand, I have a glowy purple spear.
Wow.
Yeah, my name is Sid.
Good. It's easy to say. A single syllable.
Sid.
Your name isn't like Sidoplius.
All of my names for my characters are like Bubble, Sid, Greg.
Do you know our character? Well, I assume you know our characters' names.
Yes.
Then do it. What are our names?
Dylan, your character's name is Dingus.
False. Fake news. Ban
Eric's
him.
character's name is Eric.
You're off the show,
I
kiddo.
don't remember what name is. Oh yeah.
It's Jose, but not Jose. Or Julio, but not Julio.
Yeah, no, it was Julio. And Martin was low end. Was it low end?
Low
Is
end
it low end or low end?
No, I just started calling him Lowent because it's a lot easier to say.
I'm just gonna call him low. I feel like that works a lot better.
Could call him L and be edgy.
Yo, L, what's going on?
Last episode, you all left off. You decided to follow Nicholas to his room, who is the Chamberlain, and you decided to start interrogating him on his whereabouts and why you found a black cloak in his cabinet that was hidden inside of the barn where the stable boy was murdered and the barn is set on fire. So that's where Lowinston, Julio, and Bruce left off.
Who said he was murdered?
So we just we're starting.
Yep. So this is where you're at. So right now, Bruce, you are like in front of Nicholas, currently talking to him. Lowinston is messing with a bunch of daggers that he found on top of Nicholas's cabinet, and Julio is just in the background near the bed.
All right. I guess I start by saying, "Oh, I got a weird feeling, mate. You ever get a feeling like you stop thinking for 2 weeks and you don't know what's going on anymore?"
I can't say I have.
What were we talking about? Something about this cloak, right?
You mean my traveling cloak? There's nothing very suspicious about it.
Your mum's a whore, right?
Yes.
That's what you told us, right? I was just confirming it. No offense, mate.
Very pretty.
Works.
I know what you said. So I didn't get a straight enough answer. If you got the gig with the king here, why is your mum a whore? Why can't you support her?
Well, it's hard to support someone who's dead.
Your mum's dead?
Yeah, she's been dead for years.
Oh. Well, bollocks. I don't know where to go with that. So, why is it ripped?
Well, I mean, I wear it whenever I leave the castle. It's seen a lot of wear and tear. Where did my mother die?
No, when?
4 years ago. Tomorrow, actually.
The king was involved.
What are you saying? Sorry.
It was the king. The king's your father, Nichols.
I completely zoned out.
Uh,
what did he say? I'm sorry.
He said his mother's anniversary is the anniversary of her death is 4 years tomorrow.
Wait, so why is this ripped then? What are you leaving the castle for?
Well, I just never had time to get it repaired.
For 4 years?
Well, I mean, the cloak is not that important. I just wear it to leave the castle. It doesn't need to look nice.
But why do you need to wear the cloak?
Well, I don't want anyone to see me leave.
You see, that's suspicious.
How is it suspicious?
Why do you want no one to see you? You're jolly old Nicholas, ain't you?
You ain't that important, Nichols.
I'm not jolly, I just do my job.
Well, I don't know where to go with this. So,
why are we here? What are we doing?
You guys brought him up to his room to question him about the cloak that you found.
Has anyone else got anything to chime in?
I don't think you guys haven't searched the room.
I approach him menacingly.
All right.
Start with this again.
I want to search around, sniff around.
All right, let's do Martin. Are you rolling intimidation? So roll a d20.
5, which I think comes to be a 6.
So
you approach him menacingly on your ball, and he just kind of looks at you like, "What is this guy doing?" And he's not very intimidated. So, Lowenson, how are you searching the room?
I'm not searching the room.
Right. Julio, how are you searching the room?
I'm sniffing. I'm looking for something smelly.
So you're sniffing the room. What like is smelly to Julio? Because he's like half goblin, right? So what's smelly?
I think he is just a goblin.
I like it when it smells right and rough.
All right, so you're gonna walk around the room sniffing
Something
everything,
foul.
sniffing the walls and the floor, and you catch a particularly pungent odor at the rug that is in the center of the room.
Oh, boys, I think I found something. I'll start tearing at the carpet.
All right, so you start.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna close the door in case Nicholas tries to bolt if he gets some dirt on him.
All right, so yeah, you close the door, and Julio is ripping at the rug, and he managed to pull it off the ground. And beneath the rug is a large wooden door, like a trap door.
Hey, Julio, what'd you find there?
Oh, someone buried a door under the carpet.
Oh, I wonder who buried it. And I look at Nicholas.
You see him; he's getting a little bit red, and he's sweating a bit.
You want to tell us where that door leads, mate?
He's blushing a little bit.
Listen, guys. I may be the Chamberlain of this castle, but that doesn't mean I don't have my own hobbies. So don't.
You're getting worse and worse here, mate.
I'll swing open the door.
All right, so you pull open the door, and below there's a ladder that leads to a dark, unlit room.
You want to tell us what's down there, mate?
Listen, it's not what it looks like. Okay, I just have some interesting hobbies.
I look at him again and I say, "You want to tell us what's down there, mate?" I peer and I get really close to his face. I'm going to intimidate him.
All right, roll an intimidation check.
Here goes nothing. Hee hee hee. $19. Oh, 22. No, 22.
Damn. Okay, so how are you gonna intimidate him?
I'm literally just giving him the deadest fucking look. I'm getting as close to his face as possible. I'm saying, "You want to tell us what's in there, mate?"
All right, so you do this, and you're hovering over him. And he pretty much collapses under the pressure of your stare, and he cracks, and he goes, "Listen, all right, growing up in a whorehouse, you pick up some interesting tendencies. Okay, don't judge me. Everyone has it."
Like regicide, eh?
What? So he says a shocked expression on his face, like, "Not regicide. Go down there and look what's there."
You go first. I don't trust you. You kidding me?
All right, so you push him into the trap door, and he
I kick him down and he dies.
I jump on his back.
All right, so you jump on his back as he's climbing down the stairs.
What the fuck?
And luckily he has a strong grip on the ladder, so he manages to keep his balance, and you make it down to the bottom.
His head.
Don't do that.
Yeah, okay,
I'm holding onto his head like a monkey.
Why are you a fucking Hispanic now?
That's not what that was.
Fucking hand, man.
Man.
All right, so you grab onto his head and you make your way down. He lights a torch in the center of the room. All right, yeah. So before he lights the torch,
You do have dark vision.
Julio gets the whole vision of the room. So what you see
I
is
have dark vision. I'm a fucking half-orc.
Do you?
You're fucking disgrace.
Yeah, I do. I have dark vision.
All right, so then, well, you're not climbing down the ladder yet.
No, I'm following him.
Oh, you're
as soon as
following
he goes
him?
down the ladder. I'm
Alright,
letting him
so,
go down first.
Before he lights the torch, what the two of you see is a large wooden table in the center of the room that is very similar to the medieval torture devices where you have like the arm cuffs and like the leg cuffs so that the person on the table can't move. Lining the left-hand side of the small room, it's about maybe 20 feet by 30 feet. Aligning the left-hand side wall, if you're facing away from the ladder, is an assortment of BDSM weapons and tools. You see whips, daggers, knives, things like that. On the right-hand side is a series of like ointments, and you see candles that are semi-melted in various stages. Along the back wall opposite of the stairs is a bunch of gags and strange like costumes. You see some black latex shit. You've pretty much just entered a BDSM dungeon.
I like rubbed my hand on my chin and like, oh, you're a weird one, mate.
How is this supposed to work, Nichols? I'm sorry, Brutus.
It's like home.
You call me Bruce.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
There you go. So, I don't think I need to ask what you do down here, but what do you do down here?
He kind of just like looks at you. His face is completely red, and he's kind of just looking away off into a corner. It's like, you get some weird fetishes in a whorehouse. The black cloak is so I can sneak off and bring people back without anybody in the castle noticing.
Is there anyone here right now? Are they hidden, baby?
There's no other hidden doors. This is it. This is the room.
I go. That was a snap in case you didn't hear it. I go, Julio, use your sniffing.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Critical failure.
Was it a 1?
Yeah.
You smell death and die.
All right, so you start sniffing around the room, and you catch a whiff of a pretty strong scent. And now at this point, you've closed your eyes. You're strictly following this scent, and your nose goes right into Bruce's crotch, and you get a nice whiff of a strong scent.
I don't know how I didn't see that coming, but there you go.
Brucey, you got to clean up down there.
You're on my crotch. You can go away now.
All right.
Anyway, where's Lowen?
I'm juggling a myriad of sex toys.
How'd you climb down the ladder?
Just hop down.
How are you going to get back up?
I'll find a way.
We'll figure it out as we go. I don't know what we're doing down here, to be honest.
Nichols, I'm not quite sure how you use this stuff. I'll need a refresher course. Get in.
I don't
Get on the table.
Just to clear.
No, we don't need to do that.
I'll need to see this.
No, we don't. It's not.
I need
necessary.
to see this. I need to see it now.
I'd rather not. You've seen a lot of things. I think this is pretty clear that I had nothing to do with King's murder, and now you know about my secret sex life. I think we can call it quits on this.
Yeah, you know what, mate? I think you might be right, but I got to ask you, who did it?
He begins to rub his chin, and he's deep in thought.
Oh, I didn't roll a d20. Oops.
And you can see the moment where like a light bulb goes off in his head, and he turns to you all and addresses you and mentions that the dagger, right? Originally, the dagger, it had a CR. on the initials marked onto it. And the only person...
That's the prince's initials.
Exactly. So where would the prince get this kind of dagger?
It might not be his. That's what we're questioning.
Would the blacksmith do it?
Yeah, the blacksmith didn't make it. I asked
Wait.
him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
CR, we just apprehended a very notorious criminal by the name of
I look at the camera.
Sirius Rune. And he's actually in the dungeon right now. And he was a renowned assassin.
That clears some things up.
How come it's the first time we're hearing about this?
Again, I look at the camera.
Doing?
The royal family wanted to keep it on the low until we could publicly execute him for his crimes.
Well, we ain't gonna execute him yet.
When did you all apprehend him?
I think almost a week ago today. But nobody has opened that dungeon door or gone in according to the records since we put in Alberto.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
You know
like
what?
the game.
I think whoever this serious fella, I think he's in cahoots with the wizard bloke.
Do you think he transported him out of there?
I don't trust that bastard. One bit. I tried to say that in the accent. Didn't work.
Bastard.
I stopped myself from making it look terrible.
It's alright.
Don't get me wrong. Samael, he's an asshole. But he also needs the king to...
Yeah, then why did I find his fucking symbol behind the throne?
What?
That doesn't necessarily mean it was him, though. It could have been anyone wearing that.
It was his, though. I asked him. He said it was his.
But they all wear the same pendant, and since his was missing, wouldn't it be awfully convenient if the head of the Mages Guild just happens to leave their emblem behind the site of a murder they committed?
You might be right. But he's not smart enough to figure out who killed the king, so I don't trust his intelligence.
Maybe he put it there so we wouldn't think it was him.
But I just don't know who would have access to
What?
all these things to be able to commit this crime.
It's definitely an interesting case.
I think we should go to the dungeon. Nichols, you seem important. You should stick with us for protection.
As much as I would love to,
how is it
I still have a
important?
party to run.
Not
Yeah.
anymore, you don't. The king just died.
But the prince and everyone else and all the nobles
they
are
got to
still
make
alive.
the food. The people are still there for the rest of the day.
How are you supposed to repair this event? The king was murdered.
No, mate. They're just making food so the people don't whine.
Yeah, nobody can leave until the murder is solved. So all the nobles and whatnot are all stuck in that room until you guys can figure out what's going on.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. I just wanted to punch things. This is how I end up. Anyway.
I think we should go to the dungeons.
Thanks for showing us your playhouse, I guess we could call it. Can I take a little
Sure.
glance around the room and see if there's anything like interesting?
Like, what do you mean by interesting?
Anything I can use?
I mean, there's a lot of things you could use in there. Depends what you want to use it
Yes.
for.
Anything? Just give me a quick rundown again.
All right, so on the left-hand side is an assortment of like tools, I guess you can call them. So there's like whips. There's like the horse whip kind of things. There's a couple of like
Handcuff.
ornate like silver daggers matching the set that Low Instant picked up upstairs. There's like a single dagger remaining in the supposed trio that was originally there. Across the room, so directly in front of you guys is like a set of like BDSM equipment. So that's where like the latex, the gags are, the strap-ons, like all that kind of stuff. And on the right-hand side is a series of candles and similar things to that to light up the room and also, you know, do wax play and whatnot, and a bunch of
This is
oils
all just
Can I
setting
take-
and
up.
lubricant.
Can I take some lubricant and the strap on or a dildo?
I don't think the lubricant could probably come in handy. The strap on, I don't think so.
You can't have one without the other.
Also, what was the assassin's name? Sirius what?
Rune.
Rude.
I'll just write that however I want.
Is that with a C?
I look at Nicholas and go, right, sorry about this. Thanks for the information. I shake his hand.
He awkwardly shakes yours back.
And I think we'll be off. Yeah, one quick question though. I look at Lowen. How the hell are you gonna get back up there?
Who knows?
Well, you're gonna have to find out right now.
Alright, so Nicholas begins his ascent upwards.
What if you kick the ball from under him and bounce him up?
I'll just fucking throw him.
Do not touch my ball.
How about if I throw you while you're standing on the ball?
Good try.
I'll try it. I try to pick up Lowen while he's balancing on the ball and throw him up to the top of the ladder.
Alright, let's make so Bruce makes a strength check
to catch him.
Bruce makes a strength check to see if he can throw Lowinston up the ladder through the hole in the floor.
How high up is the ladder?
It's around 10 feet.
That's easy.
Can I go up on top to catch him?
Alright, so you can go up first, and then I'll give Martin advantage on a dexterity save to make sure that he can land on top of the,
can we count this as
things.
an athletics check?
Yes, we can. That's athletics.
So I get +6 to that. So let's see. 22.
Alright, so you can successfully
+6,
pick him up
baby.
and throw him. Alright, Martin, go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
You ready?
That's a 19.
You get one more roll, and then you take the highest of the two.
You have advantage.
That's a 7. It's a 19.
All right, 19 to this.
19. So, yeah, go ahead and describe this throw.
Man. I guess I perfectly cup my hands. And how big is this ball?
It is like the size of a small pump.
A small what?
Pump.
Pump?
Pumpkin?
I'm hearing pump.
A small pump.
Okay.
A small pumpkin.
I perfectly cup it between my hands, and I do like an underhanded chuck. I go like, huh, huh, and I chuck it up.
All right, describe this this beautiful landing to us, Martin.
So Lowen just does like 3 backflips in midair.
He stops balancing on the ball.
he stops balancing on the ball and just does 3 backflips. And as the ball lands at the top of the step with a single bounce, he caresses it with a single toe and goes back to juggling. As all of his items just fall back into his arm.
Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna need you to give me a list of the items that you have.
Alright.
So I mean, you have a drumstick.
I have a drumstick. I think I have a scepter.
You have a scepter.
Do I have a scepter? Yeah, I have some scepter I picked up.
You have the murder dagger.
I have the murder dagger on top of 3 silver daggers I took off of Nicholas's wardrobe from last. I have a bundle of sex toys.
And
2 bottles of half-empty wine.
I muted him immediately.
it says D&D chat, don't enter.
Yeah, so it's basically bottles of wine, sex toys, 4 daggers in total, a scepter, a drum. And if I want to put an itemized list of the sex toys, it's probably like a rubber and 2 wooden doors.
A rubber what?
A rubber mallet and 2 2 dildos, 2 wooden.
All right, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna just for future reference, because you're juggling a lot of shit. I'm gonna put a limit to the things you could juggle to 10 items. So you're at max juggling capacity right now.
You have this is your sub class. You're a fucking rogue juggler.
One of the best jugglers the land has ever
He's
seen.
a rogue, by the way.
Rogue.
Anyway, I guess after I gracefully chuck him up, I go, I guess I did that, and I start going up the ladder.
All right, so you're all up the ladder and you're back in this main room, and Nicholas is putting down the trap door, and he's putting his ruined rug back on top of it.
I go, right, time to make this serious, fella.
And as you say that, there is a knock at the door, and
maybe it's that serious fella.
The door.
I open
slowly...
the door.
Okay, you open the door, and there's a maid there, and she's kind of surprised to see all you guys in that room, and she goes, "Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's no problem, ma'am.
Yeah, I just
Is there something wrong?
no, I just came from the princess's room, and it turns out that room was untouched, so there's nothing to clean. So I figured I'd come here to clean this room, but then all you guys are in here.
Well, we're about to leave, so go do your work." And I whisper in her ear, "Just don't check the door.
There's plenty to clean down there.
Don't listen to the goblin. Just don't look at that trapdoor."
I just said, don't look at the door. She kind of just gives you all a look, like she turns back to the door that you just opened for her, and she's like,
No, the trapdoor.
She turns to Nicholas, "What trapdoor?" And he goes red in the face and kind of ushers you guys out of his room, and it's just him and the maid inside.
Right.
Looks like they're going.
All right, I guess we head to the dungeons.
Well, right as you guys are kicked out of the room and you're in the hallway, let me just refresh you guys. So you're on the second floor of the castle right now. In front of you is the Chamberlain's room. If you proceed down the hallway, you would get to the Magus' room that's reserved for the Magus' Guild and whatever members are staying in the castle at the moment. You see there's a single mage posted outside of that room. And if you proceed down the opposite hallway, which is if you make a left from the staircase, that is the prince and princess's room. And then directly in front of the staircase is the king's room. And as you guys are exiting the Chamberlain's room, you see a figure in a white toga creeping about near the princess and the princess's, like, that section of the second floor.
I'll start running toward him.
All right, you run straight at him.
I go,
Oh, who's there? Stop!
And
That's you, Alex.
I didn't hear any of that. My internet was out.
Well, you're here, and Eric's character is running up to you.
What are you doing there, Toga Man? What
I
are
just
you
kind of look
doing?
down at him, and I'm like, "Oh, hello, small man."
What you doing? You can't be doing that. The king's been murdered. It was you. Why did you murder the king?
I just get here. I do not know what you are saying to me.
I catch up to Yulia, like, what in the bloody hell are you talking about?
This man murdered the king. I saw him.
Don't mind this little cretin. He's just causing trouble.
Little creature.
I extend my hand out and I say, Bruce Gallagher.
My name is Sid. I take his hand and I
right.
give it a bird.
Simple name, I like it. And we shake hands. And
I approach neutrally.
I don't do that.
We shake hands and it's very sensual.
Well, that's Yulia, and this one's Lowen.
Oh,
We don't talk much. He doesn't do much either, but we keep him around.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
welcome to the family.
I guess you heard the king's dead. And
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out who killed him. And we're about to head over to one of these assassin blokes. And
Wow.
if you want to tag along, you're welcome to. Unless you don't want to be a part of this podcast.
Are you gonna be my new big brother?
And he's gone.
I
What are you
can't.
saying big brother for? What are you talking about, Eric?
He's my big brother now.
Are you like are you like a machismo man?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
my
okay.
father.
I'm also macho. We are both macho men.
I'm like a big macho man, except I'm not strong. I'm just really charismatic. That too.
Oh, what?
What time to go?
What have you been doing out
They
here?
start heading to the dungeon.
I want
Right.
to ask you a
Right.
question on the way to the dungeon. I Sid. Oi, Popper. What are you doing? Why are you walking around the kingdom?
What?
The castle, sorry. How'd you get in here?
I think he's trying to ask, what are you doing here?
I was here for the party. I eat free cake, and then I go downstairs and leave.
Yeah, you know,
But the cake's downstairs.
sound logic.
I couldn't find the cake.
So
The cake.
Downstairs. The cake's downstairs with the king. He's dead.
I think he knows that.
I am aware of the situation. I do not care either way.
Well, at least you're not an idiot like these two.
It's all right. Let's go
Right.
to the
Let's keep
dungeon.
moving. Right, we had...
Huh?
Is Mikey?
You're heading to the dungeon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are you joining them, Sid?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So the four of you make your way outside the castle. You notice as you leave the front entrance, you see an array of guards passing buckets of water to try to put out the fire that is currently consuming the
Hey, what are they
barn.
doing? Oh, fuck!
I don't know what that is. What's happening?
And
What's
as
going on?
I can't. I don't know what happened, so I can't say anything.
a bunch
I run out to
of
the fire brigade.
the guards are all screaming, "Get buckets of water!"
Where's the water?
He points to a well that's across the yard towards. Well, he points to the fountain that's in the center of the courtyard, and you see just soldiers bucketing water from there and like passing it down a chain to put out the fire.
Right. Well, I guess we're gonna postpone our visit, and I guess I chip in and start helping.
Bruce, we're not here for the fire. We're here for the king.
The fucking stable's on fire. I'm gonna try and put it out.
All right, you do that. I'm going to the dungeon.
No, you're not. Just doing this with me.
I'm gonna go.
I don't want to leave you or the Lowen alone for 2 minutes.
Pretty
Just
low.
help me.
Pretty low.
Put out this fire, and then we'll do what we're doing.
What was that? Fuck.
What?
Talk, Martin.
Pretty low.
Yep.
What? Let's go to the dungeon. I'm going to the dungeon. I don't care about the fire.
You're not going in the dungeon. Just help us put out the fire.
I bring Bruce aside.
I just got your accent.
Bruce, come here, Bruce. I have to tell you something.
What?
I did a bad thing.
What? Oh.
I approach you menacingly.
Did you do this?
It wasn't me. It was the stable boy.
I approach you menacingly.
I was there. I can't get out of here, Bruce.
Where's the stable boy?
I haven't seen him.
Tell the truth. You got to tell me the truth. Wait, what did you just say?
It wasn't him. It wasn't. I think you'll know what it wasn't me.
Did you kill a child?
I just want to clarify here. Bruce has no idea what happened in there, so technically he has no reason to doubt what Julio is saying.
But fucking Lowen just said fucking we can burn down the stable.
That's not what I said. I said it's a pretty light.
You just said you burned it down.
Pretty light.
Besides, I'm asking him where the stable boy is, and he's like,
I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing too bad. I was just trying to ask him a question.
I approach Julio menacingly.
Don't look at me, Lowen. Lowen, I'm gonna go to the dungeon.
you know. I'm gonna yell over to one guy and say, "Oh, you got this covered? We have important business to attend to. I'm very sorry."
Who are you yelling to? There's like
just a random guard.
All right,
I don't know.
so he looks at you guys and he notices your fine attire and he goes, "Yeah, all you nobles need to stay inside. We'll handle this."
I pull out my king badge. Like, no, I'm doing an investigation. I'm going to the dungeon, mate.
Oh, go ahead. I have no right to stop you then.
All right. Good luck. Sorry. Try to do one good thing, and these two chuckle fucks drag me down.
Nothing happened.
And I look at Sid, and I'm like, you know what I mean, mate?
No.
Make it 3, and I head to the dungeon.
I don't understand. What happened?
You'll get it. You'll get it one day.
Did you start the fire, Sid?
I didn't even know there was a building here to set on fire in first
Why'd
place.
you kill the stable boy, Sid?
Who said anything about killing a stable boy?
Sid did. Weren't you
I
listening?
have creeping suspicion that you project onto me.
Pretty light.
I'm gonna go to the dungeon.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on you, Sid.
I'm just gonna start walking to the dungeon.
Pretty light.
All right, so you walk off to the dungeon. Are all you guys following him?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to go see what's inside.
We know what we're looking for.
We're looking for Sirius Rune.
All right, so you enter the dungeon, and so Lowinston and Yulia are familiar with the guard that is currently sitting there with his who checks people in and out, and then has the keys to the gate. So this is the first time Sid and Bruce have seen him. So just to re-describe him, so he's a really burly guard. He's pretty fat, around his late 40s, early 50s, kind of bald, receding black hairline, and he just overall looks like a pretty grumpy dude.
Oi, Tubbs, how you doing?
Oh, you two again.
Hey, don't worry, I'm the chaperone.
Oh, don't listen to him. He doesn't know nothing. We can't get back in the dungeon, man.
Back in,
We're
you
in
were
the
just
dun-
there.
We're right here. We're in the dungeon.
Well, you're
They're
currently
at
in
the door.
like a receiving area.
Oh,
So
we're
you-
in the entrance.
Yeah, so in front of you is like a thick iron gate that's like one person big, and it's currently locked.
Well, I asked him, you looking up a Sirius Rune guy here?
Yeah, he's in the back corner.
Well, we gotta make a word with him. It's about the king, urgent stuff.
You sure you want to deal with that? That's some serious shit that got pulled.
I'm ready for anything if I can put up with these two. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, there's something, but you think he had something to do with the king's murder? He's been stuck in there the whole time.
Oh, I pulled the dagger. I was like, well, I think it belongs to this guy.
That does look like the dagger we confiscated off him the day he was brought in. Well,
Well.
good luck. And he
Cheers.
gets up and unlocks the door and swings it open so you guys can walk on in.
All right. Well, do I know how to get to his
Yeah, so
cell?
as you guys walk in, it's pretty straightforward layout. There's a singular hallway lit by torches down the middle. On the left-hand side is 5 cells, and on the right-hand side is 5 cells. Each cell is like a 10 by 10 foot square. The cells on the right are a bit more ornate than the ones on the left. So the ones on the left are just like bare bone, no nothing. They have like a dust, or not a dustpan, but like a little like pan in the corner that you prisoners shit in. On the right-hand side, they at least have like beds and sinks and whatnot. So the right-hand side you could presume to be like for nobles that are kept in the dungeon, and the left-hand side is just common like scum.
Is this where Alberto is right now?
Yeah, Alberto, from what you can remember, is on the right-hand side, the 3rd cell down.
Okay.
So as you
Look at
guys open it up, Alberto peeks out and he sees you guys, and he calls out,
Alberto, what's going on, mate?
"Have you guys got any progress on the murder?"
Well, we're about to get some. You know where the Sirius Black fella's being held up?
You know, speaking of
Sirius
Sirius
I
Black,
said Sirius Black.
It's not
It's
serious.
Sirius Rune. What
yeah, Sirius
character is
Rune,
that?
Cyrus Rune. He's from
That's
Harry
fucking
Potter.
cool.
Sirius Black is Harry Potter.
That's what it was, yeah.
Sirius back.
He's
I
back.
got a serious back.
Sexy.
I approached Alberto menacingly.
Oh, yeah, we found this guy.
Is he
Is that-
helping you out with the
Sid?
case?
I hope so.
He's pretty useless.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
He's done nothing but kill a stable boy.
I have done.
Again with this stable boy thing. I don't know where this is coming from.
I've seen him do it.
I'm just going to ignore that. Anyway.
Alberto, used to these antics, kind of annoys the general things that are going around, and he walks up to like the edge of, I guess, his cell and sticks his hand through and to Sid and goes, "Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for trying to clear my name as well."
You are welcome, my friend. And I shake his hand.
I don't think we told him about the
Beautiful.
situation.
So,
I'm very confused.
He's been framed.
I've been charged to find
He didn't kill the
King's
king.
murderer.
Oh God, not this again.
I
Anyway.
want the king's guard.
Where's the serious rune fella being held up? You know?
Oh, Sirius, where are you?
Oh, you guys are. You think Sirius did it?
Well, I pulled the dagger as we found this at the crime scene, so I mean, might as well ask.
Normally, I'd agree with you, but all I've heard from that direction is moaning, like he's in pain or something.
They're abstaining him.
We just went to a goddamn sex dungeon. I don't need more moaning.
Sex dungeon in the what? What have you guys been doing?
It was Nichols.
Between me and you, mate, that Nicholas guy, he's a fucking weirdo.
I don't know. I think he's a pretty upstanding guy.
You haven't seen everything.
God,
Anyway, I'm gonna head towards the moaning.
All right. Are you all going with him?
I'm gonna stay with Alberto for a little bit longer.
All right. What about
Right, now I'm
Sid
following.
Okay. So I'm assuming you all head over.
Yes, I follow Bruce.
All right. So as you approach the last cell on the left-hand side, you see a figure covered in black, like blankets. They're matte and dirty. He's just like cuddled up into a corner, like repeatedly, like pushing his body like into the wall, kind of like knocking against it, and you just hear soft, like quiet moans. Less sexual, but similar.
I knock on the prison bars and go like, "Are you that serious, bloke?"
You get no response.
Start
Just
imitating
continues.
I'm gonna pull up the dagger and like wave it in front of his. Maybe to him. What the fuck are you doing, Martin?
Lowen imitates the moan.
There's no response to the imitated moan.
I pull out his dagger and I
Okay.
start waving. Hey, is this yours? Is this gonna get response?
So, well, currently the dagger is being juggled by Lowinstant.
I fucking take it.
I drop it on the ground.
Thank you.
You snatch it out of his juggling rotation,
It's that easy.
and you begin to like dangle it in front of you, and that's Sirius Rune immediately like stops his the moaning that's coming from the center of the cage, and he stops moving, and there's a distinct sense of unease that is now currently there, and that's right before he jumps up off the ground and charges straight at the cell wall and grabs your hand. So go ahead.
I immediately put my other hand on top. I was like, hey, whoa, slow your roll, mate.
And as you go to put your hand on top of the hand that just grabbed your arm, you notice it completely lacks flesh and is skeletal. Under the hood is two black, beady, like energy orb eyes.
It's signs from Undertale.
And now check this dungeon. This mate's a skeleton.
Go ahead and make a strength saving throw to see if you can get out of this grip.
I'm proficient at it.
Okay, and
I smack
gonna
him in the
roll.
neck with the dildo.
Shut up. Oh, wait. There we go. 16.
So as you pull your hand back, you easily overwhelm the grip that was coming to you, so much so that you actually managed to pull off an entire skeletal arm off the figure. So there's a skeletal arm currently grasped onto like your wrist
I go,
as you pull back.
ow. Gross.
That man's got no arm there.
Well, I don't think he can speak because he's a bag of bones.
Oh,
Can you speak?
Yeah, you hear nothing. He's just repeatedly like smashing himself into the grates that are confining him into the room and reaching out to try to grab the dagger that you just showed.
Well, there goes our suspect.
They want to speak skeleton.
Should I give him the dagger?
You give him the dagger.
I don't know. I'm out of ideas.
Oh, you could give him
Yes.
the dagger. He's the one man of the king.
You don't know that.
He's an evil
He's
skeleton.
a bloody skeleton. He can't murder shit.
He just tried to grab you. You can't give him a weapon.
You got a point. For once, you got a point.
He's in jail for a reason, Bruce.
You got any ideas, Sid?
He's in a cell. Give him the knife. I want to see what happens.
How about you, Lois?
Stab the knife into him then. Don't just give it to him.
I'm gonna just throw the dagger at him.
Like,
Like,
throw it at him like an attack, or throw it at him like at the floor so he picks it up?
I think I'll just slide it into his cell, like an underhand slide.
Uh-huh. Like how they
Like,
slide in like food, that kind of deal.
Well, here you go, mate. Just don't stab me, I guess. I'm out of ideas. I go, whoa! And I slide it into his cell.
All right, you slide the dagger into the cell, and he picks it up with his one skeletal remaining arm, and the black orbs that used to be his eyes change from black to red. And he immediately turns around from the entrance of the cell and begins to try to work his way out of like a little like port window with a couple of bars through it. Since he's a skeleton, he's managed to like slowly like slip his body through this window.
Look what you did. Look what you get in there now.
Wait,
I'll run to get a
does that mean we
guard.
get to fight him? Is he coming out of the cell?
He's climbing out.
Yeah, he's climbing out through a window.
I'll go
Oh,
run
he's
to
trying
get
to
a
escape
guard.
through a window.
Yeah.
I'll start screaming, guard!
Fuck. All the guards are trying to put out the fire that you started.
I'm gonna throw my fucking spear at him.
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
we
you don't
should
have a
probably
spear.
I don't have my, but it's a hex blade. I can just summon it.
I start
Oh,
throwing.
yeah,
the-
if it's a hexblade, you can.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead and make a range. Is it a range attack or is it a spell attack?
For to throw it, it's a ranged attack.
All right, go ahead and throw
Alright,
it.
Here I go. Yeah. That's a 21 to hit.
Yep, you hit him. Go ahead and roll
Alright,
damage.
sick. Doop.
I'm gonna try and while he's doing this, I'm gonna try and bust into this cell.
I'm also trying to get the guard at the front.
Can I start throwing? I'm gonna start throwing my dagger.
That works.
All right, well,
So
we'll see what happens with this spear throw, and then we'll roll initiative.
okay.
So go ahead. What was the damage on that spear throw?
9 damage.
All right, so you hurl your spear at the escaping skeleton, and you pierce him in the torso, and you manage to break half the ribs on there. But he's still going for his escape. Go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
What is initiative?
You roll a d20 and you add your dex modifier to it.
18.
10. Oh, sorry. That's a 9. 13. Wait.
16.
Does the dot mean it's... Oh, it's on the right side. Okay, so now it's a 10.
All right,
10.
so 16 is... who has higher dex?
I have 18.
I have
No, who is between Bruce and Yulio? What are your dex stats?
Mine's
plus
18.
2.
Oh.
Well, like the hard
yours-
number.
But his is higher.
Okay.
That's
Wait, is it right off dex or is it off of your?
You roll it,
You
but
roll-
then if to break a tie, it's whoever's dex is higher. All right, so Low Ensign, you have the first move. What do you do?
Throw dex? Actually, throw an empty bottle of wine.
All right,
you
go
know
ahead.
you know how to do that?
Do an attack. Roll to attack.
What's that? D20?
Yeah, roll a d20.
And
That's a 15 raw. What do I add anything to it?
I guess you're
Yeah,
not
you add your
proficient in
dexterity.
it. Yeah, it's just dexterity because you're not proficient in it. It's an improvised weapon.
No, that's a 17.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
What is that? Also, that's
One
not
D4.
1d4.
Then that's a 4.
It was,
It's a triangle, right?
Yeah, the triangle one.
1.
A 1?
I got a 4.
Okay, so you go ahead and describe how you throw this bottle from your juggling cycle at the skeleton.
Well,
So I'm balancing on the ball, and I'm going back and forth. In my head, there is circus music, and as the wine bottle, I grab its neck as it comes down onto the circus, and I take my wrist and I flick my wrist and whole arm backwards, and the bottle is catapulted over my shoulder and at the skeleton.
Okay, so as it sails through the air, it collides dead on with the back of the skeletal skull, and you completely pulverize the remains of the skeletal skull in an explosion of fine wine and glass. The previously escaping skeleton, the rest of his body kind of just crumbles onto the floor along with the dagger.
God. I don't even get to fight anything. This sucks.
Good throw, Lowen. My God, that was good.
I'll get the keys.
And Julio's screaming gets the attraction of the guard as he like half jog runs up to you guys and goes, "What the bloody hell's going on here?"
What's going on here?
He stole the dagger from the juggler.
You locked up a skeleton, mate.
A skeleton?
Yeah, look, right there.
He walks up and takes a look at the cell and he goes, "That can't be right. We just checked on him 2 days ago. He was perfectly fine."
Well, there's some trickery going on here.
Oh, fine, perfectly fine.
It might have something to do with the king being murdered.
Perfectly
Most
fine
likely.
isn't alive.
Oh, well, we killed him, so that makes sense. He murdered him,
When you put him in here, was he acting a little odd?
I mean, he was mad pissed.
Yeah.
He's mad pissed.
Well, can we just open the cell? He stole a dagger.
Yeah, he unlocks the cell and he opens it up for you guys.
All right, I'm gonna search. First take the dagger and then search
I'll
if there's
give it
anything
a
on
good
the
sniff.
skeleton.
Okay, so you take the dagger.
We search the cell.
What are you searching for? What are you searching for?
I'm gonna rummage through the skeleton to see if there's any objects on it or anything, anything of worth, and just check it everywhere in the cell basically.
Yeah, so as you search the skeleton, nothing is really on him besides old raggedy clothing along with the black cloak that you initially saw. Surrounding the cell, inside the cell is just a bunch of rotted food that was left in there.
I smell the food.
You didn't eat it?
I smell the food and then he shits himself.
Well, I'm not sure where to go with this.
Oh, I smell it. I want to see if it's bad.
Eat it. I don't care.
I know it's right.
God, your fucking accent is rubbing off on me. You have very similar Cockney accents.
That sounds like your problem, mate.
Oi, it's me.
It's me, kangaroo catcher.
So the prison guard goes to you guys and goes, this has had to happen in the last 2 days, right? I could just search the books and see who came in here.
Thank you for advancing the plot, mister. Let's keep on going.
No problem. And he walks on off towards the end of the
And
dungeon.
then he dies.
And then he's stabbed.
He trips and breaks his neck.
Oh, fuck.
So as you guys are searching about the thing, he pulls out the book that holds the records of everyone who has entered and exited. And he goes down the list, and he finds that the only person who has entered the dungeon within the past 2 days, besides the guard who's just put away Alberto, is the princess.
Bloody hell.
All right, I'm going to go ask Alberto if the princess has been down as long as he's been here.
No, I think it was before, right?
Well, we don't know that yet.
Well, that's what's in the log. Does the log say it was before or after?
The log says the last time she visited was yesterday at 12
Okay, so Alberto
noon.
wasn't here.
No, so Sirius was the only one in the dungeon.
Well, Can I like just? Can I tear this page out? Keep it on me as evidence.
Go ahead, and he tears it out and gives it to you.
Thanks, mate. I put it in my pocket.
All right. I think we should do some digging in the princess's room now.
Yeah, I should probably ask around and see if anyone knows Sirius Rune a little bit more. And I guess we better get going, mates.
I'll split up.
All right, so we'll break this up then, since you guys are going different. So Bruce will go to the main party where everyone's at to ask about Sirius. Who is going with him?
Sid will go.
Alex, please.
All right, so Alex and so Sid and Bruce both go to the.
Oh, I hand him the paper if he's gonna go see the princess. The log.
Both you. So Bruce and Sid are going to the main party area to talk and ask about Sirius.
No. I want Sid to go with fucking Lowen and fucking Julio, so they don't murder another child.
Decision.
No, he said he wanted to go with you.
Oh no. I guess I can go with them.
Okay.
I think that's what he meant. Well, they're gonna go see the princess, right?
Lowen, who are you going with? No, they're going into the princess's room to search the room.
Okay.
Search the room.
Oh god.
Lowen, are you going with Julio or Bruce?
Yep.
I'm gonna assume that's Julio. So we'll do them searching the room first. So Bruce,
I'll keep the paper on me then.
yeah. So you go to the main foyer. The three of you head up to the princess's room, and to begin your search. So you've entered the castle. You've gone up the stairs. You went down the left corridor where the royal, the prince and the princess's rooms both are, and you're standing in front of the princess's door.
All right, Sid, we gotta do this quite sneakily. Although I don't think anyone's gonna ask us what we're doing here. All right, so we gotta get in. Is it unlocked?
I walk up to the door and I check the handle to see if it's unlocked.
So as you walk up to the door and you jiggle the handle, it is locked.
All right, that's an issue.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Are you gonna play the door now?
Eldritch Blast.
Roll damage.
What if the door dodges it?
12.
All right, you back up, you charge an Eldritch Blast in your hand, and you strike the door with it, and it just gets blown off its hinges.
I
Why'd
open
you do
door.
that?
Door is open.
Door open.
Door is open. We go inside.
All right.
All right, so the initial room you enter is more of like a receiving area. So the walls are lined with a variety of books, and there's a couple of seating chairs in the top left and the top bottom right of the room. There's a small dining room table in the center, followed by some ornate glass doors that you can see lead to the main bed area.
Oi, watch this.
I throw something hard into the glass door.
What are you throwing into the glass door?
I do have a dildo on me.
That you do.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just whip that at the door.
Alright, so you hurl a dildo through the glass door, and it completely shatters, and the force of the impact slowly opens the two doors because they weren't locked in the first place.
Oh, you look at that. I can do it too. Door open. I'll give it a hearty sniff.
Anyway.
What are you smelling for?
The panties.
Fuck off.
Oh, I see what she's hiding.
Fuck off.
I thought you were detectives.
Low end.
You're the fucking babysitter now, bitch.
I'm a babysitter. I'm not a detective.
Lowen whips one of the dildos into the room.
You're supposed to be searching it?
Where do you whip the dildo at? Like, what are you doing with it?
Through the doors that are opening.
Alright, so you throw it through the doors that are opening from the initial dildo strike, and your dildo smacks against the back of a large ornate bed with the 4 columns on it with like the blankets hanging from the top, and you smack right against the back of it, and you ruin like a nice array of pillows that were there.
Nice.
And as you do this, 2 guards come in from the outside with swords drawn, and they're at the initial front door, and they go, "Halt! What are you doing in the princess's chambers?"
I was charged by the king to find the murder. I thought I saw a ghost, and the ghost was the murderer.
She's very pretty.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll on that excuse.
17.
So as you tell them that, the guards look at each other and they're kind of confused, and the one kind of just shrugs his shoulders and go, "Yeah, I buy it." And they put away their swords and walk away.
He's got a silver tongue.
That's the one thing I'm good at. It's talking to people.
I'm so, yeah, that's your best quality.
Oh, fuck my foot.
What?
I just hit my foot against the weight. I'm sorry.
That's the end of today's episode. Be sure to check in next week and catch the next episode of Local Boys Hit the Table.